Hello, you guys. It's me, Tasha, CEO and Chief Coach at Godesté. And today we're talking about how to manage your money when you have an inconsistent income. As an entrepreneur, I know what it's like to experience that feast and famine cycle where some months you are booming and making way more than your budget, and other months not so much. You fall below your budget, you're struggling to pay bills, and you don't know what to do. How do you manage both of those extremes and everything in between? Also, the thing that we don't talk about that I think is really important to address in this conversation is the fact that entrepreneurs, creatives, and anybody who works on commission, we don't have just a steady paycheck coming in that we can depend on, every other week. We eat what we kill. If we don't do the work, if we don't produce the results, and we don't make the money, period. And that type of environment can be really stressful, even debilitating. And when you're not hitting your goals, it can cause feelings of guilt or shame. It might make you feel imposter syndrome. You start doubting yourself and wondering if you can even do this at all. That is not the type of environment that is conducive to financial growth. In our video today, I want to go through 3 different tips that I think will help you manage your finances more efficiently, regardless of whether or not your income is consistent. So my first tip for you guys is to manage your finances on a weekly basis. I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear. However, there is no way around it. Don't try to get around this one. It is probably one of the most important things that you will do. What you focus on will flourish. Period, point blank. So when you put that weekly energy into your finances and you focus on it, you're going to find ways to help your financial situation grow, expand, and improve. Now, what I want you to do specifically is find 30 minutes every single week. It could be Monday at the beginning of your week, or it could be Sunday as you're preparing for the week ahead. It could be Saturday as you're relaxing. But just find 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write down how much money you made that week and how much money you spent that week. And then I want you to write down how much money you plan on making the upcoming week and how much money you plan on spending in the upcoming week. This is going to radically shift your financial progress. And it's crazy that something so simple can have such a huge impact, but do it for a couple of weeks and watch how much clarity you get around your finances. The second thing I want you guys to do is budget based on history, but also based on current trends. So when you are thinking about your budget and you're planning out, how much things are going to cost and how much money you're going to make, look at history. Start there. And I like to work with 3 data points. So if you're thinking about your budget for Q3, your personal budget, then you need to know how much income came in last year. And if you can, get those 3 data points. So if we're doing if we're doing 2020 and you're looking at Q3, that is July, August, September, then you would look to see, okay, what did you do in 2019? And bonus points if you can see how you performed in 2018 and 2017. And then when you have that information, start looking at, how does that average out? What does that indicate about what you could potentially do in 2020? But don't stop there. It doesn't stop with just the history. Now you got to look at current trends. Are you making more money than you did previous years? Like every single month you've been experiencing more sales and more orders and stuff like that? Because if so, then it's likely that this Q3 is going to outperform previous Q3s. Or maybe you have a higher average order value, or maybe you have more products or less products, and that's going to impact the amount of money that you should be projecting for the upcoming quarter. Or maybe you're in a global pandemic, and if that's the case, you need to be considering how is that going to impact your projections for Q3. So look at history, absolutely, but also think about current trends and how that's going to impact your revenue, the amount of money coming in, but also how you're budgeting all of that stuff out. And then finally, I want you to set personal performance minimums. So let's say, over the last 12 months, you haven't had a month where you made below $4,000. So you might want to set a minimum of $4,000. Or if you really bout that life, you might want to bump it up the ante a little bit and set a minimum at $4,500 or $5,000. And then you create a budget that's based around that $5,000. even though your income is inconsistent and it could range from, $4,000 to $7,000, you set that budget at $4,000, anywhere between $4,000 to $5,000, depending on how much heat and pressure you want to put on yourself to perform. I like a little pressure. I perform well under pressure. But if you don't, keep it easy, keep it simple, keep it at that $4,000 mark. And then you plan your budget based on, all right, I have $4,000 coming in. This is how much I'm allocating towards my salary. And based on that, this is what I'm expecting, right? So you already have that benchmark for how much you expect to come in, and you've planned it out accordingly. Now, if you have anything that comes in above that $4,000, now you can have an income allocation plan that's based on percentages. You can allocate it and say, okay, 10% is going to go towards my business emergency fund. This percentage is going to go towards marketing. This percentage is going to go towards my bonus salary that I'm paying myself, or whatever. And this works whether you are an entrepreneur, creative, salesperson, making commission, whatever. You pay yourself a minimum, and then everything above that is just bonus, and you dole it out, you allocate it based on percentages. And I love that model because then no matter how much comes in, it's going to the right places. And you can use an app like Qapital to set that type of stuff up. I'll leave the link below. You'll get $5 or $10, I'll get $5 or $10, and we all win. So that's all I got for you today. I hope that helps you manage your finances accordingly and start to thrive, no matter whether your income is consistent or inconsistent. And just from doing these things, you're going to have more consistent income. You're going to be focusing on your money more. You're going to be planning your money more. You're going to be proactive instead of reactive. And all of these things are going to help your finances be more consistent. And when you have overages, it's going to be planned. And when you have underages, when you're under your goal, that's going to be accounted for as well. That means less money is going to go towards marketing and less money is going to go towards whatever your allocation looks like. And you're going to have saved more money from those times where you've had those overages that you can bridge the gap a little bit. You see where I'm going with this? Now, there's one more thing that I want to say. We're talking about, inconsistent income, and some of this is for people who are just getting commissions and they're on the sales team and stuff like that. But some of this is for entrepreneurs and creatives who all of our income is based on our ability to make money. So with that being said, I want you to make sure that you're not commingling funds. Don't commingle your business funds with your personal funds. Don't have your business money go straight to your personal account. Make sure that you're separating all of that stuff out so that you're not commingling funds, because that is not something that you ever want to do. You want to make sure that you're keeping your business and personal stuff separate. This is not a hobby. This is your business, and you want to operate it as such. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to say, subscribe, but I mean, if you feel led to do something, then go ahead. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.